What up, everybody? This is your Astrology Horoscope for July 31st, 2023. I'm astrologer Alex Skiles, and welcome to the Moon Base. Thank you all so much for being here. I really appreciate it. Hope you all had a lovely weekend. It's Monday, and this Monday is absolutely supercharged. So we got Mars and Virgo, trining Jupiter and Taurus, and we got the Moon conjunct Pluto. So there's a lot of Mars energy and a lot of earth and grounding energy amongst this all this Leo energy. You know, the sun in Leo, Venus retrograde in Leo. There's a lot of fire going on, but today there's a lot of really powerful grounding energy going on. And with this Mars trine Jupiter today, like this is like an absolute kickstart to the week here. And like this is always one of my favorite days, to be honest with you. And this is where we're really going after the things that we've been really working towards and trying to manifest and bring into reality that is really going to bring more success and abundance into our lives. And this is ultra positive, you know, and this is where, you know, it's like no matter what obstacles are in our way, like we know exactly what we want and how we're going to get it. And you know, we're going at it in a very practical way. And with this Jupiter and Taurus, definitely with this Uranus as well, like this is a very slow and steady energy. But today, with this Mars trining Jupiter, I mean, today and tomorrow, really. So the next couple of days, like we're really feeling this like action towards really just going after the things we're trying to grow and manifest and just bring more material abundance into our lives. So this is very potent, very powerful. And I think with this Mars and Virgo too, I've been calling it the house cleaner, the housekeeper, you know, like the laundry list, all of that kind of stuff, you know, just checking off all the things that we've overlooked. Mercury's about to oppose Saturn too here by tomorrow. So I think the actions we've taken to just kind of put things in order and clean up, you know, where we've kind of slacked and lacked and not paid attention to, today we're feeling really good about what we've been addressing. And that confidence that we've been able to finally address these things, this is allowing us to really attack our goals. Like this is a lot of people born with Mars trine Jupiter, like they really know how to go after real success and grow that success. And then this is a very grounded earth approach towards that, and it's slow and steady. And you know, Virgo and Taurus, you know, they're not the fastest signs in the zodiac, but with this Mars energy here, it's like we're ready to go. Like we're ready to stand up. We're ready to fight for our position in our place and where we want to really bring in some bigger things here. And this is really going to allow us to bring us the materials that we need to really kind of create a better future here. And I definitely think as well with this Moon conjuncting Pluto today. So this is super powerful. Like we're having some very deep emotional insights too, because we've been going through such a deep transformation. And this is like, I mean, when Moon conjuncts Pluto, like there's almost like these psychic impressions or these deep unconscious kind of upheavals that really kind of give us insights towards where our power truly lies. And with that power that we're really kind of that the power that's really surfacing today through our emotions and really going after these more intense kinds of approaches towards creating more material abundance in our lives with this Mars trine Jupiter. I mean, when you put these two situations together, it's like a lot of powerful, intense emotions and really creating a better future and having the wherewithal and the confidence and a better, cleaner environment to really go after that. So there's a lot of insights today on how to get towards move towards that direction. So, I mean, this Venus retrograde is starting to really move here too. So, along with really going after what we're trying to create and what we really want to bring in on a higher level, definitely on this level of like a more solid structure with this Capricorn moon and this Pluto energy. I think it's allowing us to also have more confidence in reassessing, where we haven't really stood up for ourselves in a way of having that confidence in that ego boost to really just want to be the star of the show, so to say. So today there's just a lot of insight and a lot of foresight as well. And that insight's giving us a more better, clear picture of the future in a very powerful, deep, intense way. And, because this Mars and Pluto energy, both in Earth signs, Mars eventually is going to try and Pluto. So I think, when it really comes to just kind of going after what we really want to create in the abundance that we want to bring in a super intense, powerful way, and also a very practical way, was Jupiter's in Taurus. I mean, it's very practical at the same time. It's not this pie in the sky kind of whatever, And I think too, like with this Venus retrograde in Leo, still at 27, with this quincunx in conjunction to Neptune, like it's getting over that kind of pie in the sky idea about these ideas that we want to manifest. It's like with this Mars trine Pluto, it's like we're really getting to the root of like, all right, like the fantasies of the future we're trying to create. It's like filtering that to a more practical version of like the fantasies, because in my personal experience of visualizing a future and manifesting a future using your own mind, it's not just sitting there meditating and using your mind to like, and then things just happen and the future just manifests in front of you just because you thought, it's like you have the vision, you have the goal in your mind, and that vision in your mind is usually a fantasy. Like that's how the intuitive brain and the right brain function, is that when we have visions and we have intuitions about something or someone or the future or what we desire, this is Pluto, this is really getting down to the core of our desires. It starts out as a fantasy, and with this Mars or this Venus making an inconjunction to Neptune, it's like being able to filter out, like, I have big ideas and the ways I want to express myself, but like, it's got to be more realistic and it's got to be more not so ego based, in a sense of that in order to create whatever that's going to look like, it's got to be much more of a practical approach. And with this Mars trine Jupiter, it's really giving us that power to really bring it to a much more practical approach. So, and then today it's like whatever that's going to look like, it's almost like it's coming in, I hate to use the word psychic, but it's like when Moon and Pluto really get together, it's like it almost feels that way. And it's that sense of knowing, it's really getting down to that sense of like I've been here before. It could be kind of like a deja vu energy. Mars or Mercury is gonna oppose Saturn and Pisces, and like it definitely when like Pisces and Virgo energy get together like this and they oppose each other and they're kind of looking at each other from side to side on the other side of the field, it's almost like a mirage or a deja vu kind of experience, and that really gives us insights to a much more practical situation. And that's really where the art of manifestation really comes into play, is that is is not getting trapped in that Neptunian, like, oh, like this is the fantasy and of what I want the future to look like, and it's gonna be this. It's never ever what you thought it was in the first place. But when you work towards that, and that's what this Mars and Virgo is really kicking us into gears to work towards those fantasies in a logical, practical way. And that requires really getting dirty and getting your hands dirty and just being absolutely real about it. And Mars is on its way to oppose Neptune. And that's what's really going to be coming up is like, is what I'm going after even realistic, And it's not even the fact that it's not realistic. It's just the art of being able to manifest and create is knowing that the vision always starts as a fantasy. And as you do the work over time and you put in the work, you put in that Virgo work, you're still channeling the vision. And as you do the work and you go through it day to day, which is what the sixth house and Virgo is all about. It's just the day to day doing the work to make that Pisces vision real. That manifests and filters down into its most practical form. And it always makes sense. It's never the unicorn or the fucking, it's just the hand of God coming down and just giving you exactly what you want. It's always what you need. Manifestation isn't what you want necessarily. It's what you need. It's always what you need to get to the next place, no matter the size of it. So this is pretty intense. This is a pretty intense Monday. It's kicking off a pretty gnarly week too. I mean, we got this full moon coming on Tuesday in Aquarius. So this is a big week here. A really big week. And it's just really like doing the practical work. This Mars and Virgo wants us to keep just like working hard and seeing the vision in our minds and not being afraid of channeling a fantasy, and definitely with this quincunx from Venus to Neptune, it's like, being willing to express ourselves even when it's uncomfortable or like somebody else is not understanding what our vision is or what our creative desires, are, or, it can get into these levels of insensitivity, when, planets in Leo make these awkward angles to planets in Pisces. It's like, it can make people uncomfortable, and it can seem insensitive. So no matter what, we can't just put a pause on that, but it is maintaining that vision in our minds and doing the daily work. Because once we come into September and October, we're going to start seeing, especially in October, like we're really going to start seeing the results of that. And by the time we get to this final eclipse in Taurus, at the beginning of November, that's when we're really going to see results of what that North Node and Jupiter in Taurus is really going to look like. So definitely want to use this Mars trine Jupiter energy today to really like absolutely just go after what you want to bring in and put all of your power into that today, and really through Tuesday as well, and in the full moon. Like, it's going to be very clear. And it's, it's the ones who are really taking the action who are going to see these results. And come November with this final eclipse in Taurus, like, we're going to see some results. And then that's going to spill over to April and May next year, where it's going to be radical, but it's going to be somewhat of a jackpot. So just got to be doing the work and not being afraid to get your hands dirty and not being scared of the vision, not being scared of the energy. So we got the Knight of Swords upright. So, today this is a very Mars day. This is a very Mars card. It's not being afraid to attack, what we really want to manifest and the abundance we want to bring in, and we have to fight for that sometimes. And we have to, get things out of our way, even when things are cloudy And, but we see ahead and we see exactly where we're going, and we're not afraid to get there. And, as much as it can be, very intellectual. It's a very intellectual time. Like, this is where our minds are super active. I mean, Mercury's in its home of Virgo with Mars there as well, and it's very practical. Almost, it could be annoying, like in a sense of, you know, well, it's like I have this big idea. It's like, well, yeah, like you have to do this first, and if you don't do this, then this ain't gonna happen, and that's not even a realistic way of putting things. It's like it's this relationship of like having the fantasy and being practical about what it is that's gonna ultimately create what it's going to look like for you. Um, so yeah, we definitely want to use this power today. I mean, today is just, it's a power day. Moon, Pluto, Mars trine Jupiter. Like, this is a power day. And the insights that are coming in on a very unconscious, intuitive level. It's like you can't really ignore those today. So exciting. And we got the full moon tomorrow. So if the aliens come back, I'll see you in the next dimension. So peace out.